Good evening, student. This is myself, Ratan Gangopadhyay, on behalf of RGEM, our educational institute. I have come back here again to explain the final account and the different adjustment entries. Now, these final accounts will help not only the students appearing from very basic like ICSE examinations, CBSE examinations, ISC class 12, CBSE 12, final year students of commerce of all Indian University, including it will help the students appearing for CA examinations for intermediate as well as final, as well as student appearing for CMA, company secretary, as well as student appearing for MBA and finance of different university, including outside of India. Thank you. Myself, Ratan Gangopadhyay, will explain now the different adjustment entry for final accounts. Now this adjustment entry you must know while preparing the final account. Trial balance is given. In trial balance you have three types of accounts. Whenever the transaction takes place, you or your accountant records in the books of account. So and so account debit, so and so account credit. Debit means T format, left hand side. Credit means right hand side of the accounts. And accounts are maintained in the ledger. Ledger are the big books where the accounts are maintained. I have given the classifications of ledger. Personal ledgers, impersonal ledger. Personal ledger, debtor ledger, creditor ledger. All debtor account kept in the debtor ledger. All creditor accounts are kept in the creditor ledger. Impersonal ledger again, nominal ledger and the real ledger. Nominal ledger or nominal accounts are kept and real account kept in the real ledger. Apart from this, private ledger is there where if it is proprietor concern, then proprietor's accounts are maintained over private ledger, like drawing account, capital account, fresh capital introduction, as well as proprietor taken loan personally from relatives or from any person of their families are also over recorded there. Now real accounts means all asset account. All real account must have a debit balance. Asset, whenever you purchase, debit asset, credit cash or credit, the creditor for asset. At the time of making payment, creditor for asset, debit, bank credit. That is, you make the payment to the creditor for assets. Now, nominal account might have a debit balance, credit balance. If it is loss account or expenditure account, debit the loss, credit the loss in the asset value. Debit the loss, credit the liability which arises out of this loss. Or expenditure account, debit the expenditure accounts, credit the bank. Debit the expenditure account, credit the creditor for expenditures. And personal account, you always have debit balance means debtor in natures and they are placed in the asset side of the balance sheet. If they are the creditor, you place on the liability side of the balance sheet. Now, in fact, personal account and real accounts are placed into the balance sheet. Only the nominal accounts are closed in the trading account and profit loss account. Nominal accounts having debit balance, direct in natures. Now you have to look into the fact what are the expenditure direct in nature. If I explain you simply, direct nature means which directly help you earning like opening stock, that is finished good only. Purchase, so debit balance, opening stock, debit balance, in trial balance you found trading account debited with opening stock. That is in trading account debit side we write 2 opening stock, then 2 purchase, then write 2 wages. Wages means remuneration paid to the manual laborer who are directly employed of the productions. Apart from this, any chargeable expenditure or the expenditures which are inherent in your production or trading. Chargeable expenditure you must have it in the trading accounts. Then other direct expenditure. Factory overhead, if it is mentioned clearly factory overheads, then only you will debit in the trading account if you are not preparing the manufacturing account. Manufacturing accounts also you prepare in case of manufacturer. Manufacturing profit we assume and then we transfer the manufactured good into the trading account. Here we write 2 purchase, there we write 2 manufacturing account, and then the manufacturing cost of goods with certain load, that is manufacturing profit, here we transfer. Now guys, you have to understand revenue from operation, that is the sale account, which is only one item which give you the directly income of your business, or we say that is the your main items of income, or you carry out the business for sales only, leaving apart the indirect incomes of the enterprise. So in the trading account credit side, first item should be buy sales, obviously less return, that is goods sold on credit basis or cash basis might be, and it is returned by the your customer because of not up to the standard, or because of not up to the specifications, or because of you have dispatched more goods than the required amount. That is whatever he wanted or she wanted or that enterprise wanted, you dispatch more. That is the thing. Now next item should be by closing stock. Closing stock never appear in the trial balance, because closing stock is the balance of purchase which remain unsold in the year end. But however, our accounting smart enough already recorded closing stock debit, purchase credit. In that case, in purchase you will find it is mentioned, it is adjusted, and closing stock must appear into your trial balance. In that case, you don't need to put the closing stock in the trading account, because closing stock debit, purchase credit, purchase adjusted. So from trial balance closing stock you will put straight away into the balance sheet. If not adjusted purchase, then closing stock is given after trial balance. You are given closing stock, first item generally, closing stock. So and so 80,000. So our entry should be closing stock debit, trading account credit. That means out of opening stock and purchase, this stock remain unsold in the on the last date of the year. So while preparing balance sheet on the last date of the year, you have to understand this stock you have not either sold out or not utilized for any purpose. So this is your current asset, and then this current asset should be shown on the balance sheet asset side. Now trading account is over. My idea today is to spell some of the adjustment which relate to trading as well as PL account as well as balance sheet. And gross profit is there on the credit side of the PL account. You write by gross profit brought down. Journality here comes trading account debit, profit loss account credit. That is gross profit transferred. We write down by gross profit brought down in the PL account credit side. Then different indirect expenditure appearing in the trial balance, you debit in the PL account, and indirect income appearing on the trial balance credit side, you get it in the PL account. Now apart from income, certain credit balance like credited account, provision for bad debt account, loan taken by the enterprise account, etc. They are in your trial balance. They should be appearing on the liability side of the balance sheet. But provision for bad debt is a specific provision. You have to deal this with your data. I'll come up step by step. Now you have understood while preparing the trial balance final account, then trading account debited with direct expenditures or the cost of goods sold and credited with the sales. Obviously, I have explained the closing stock matter. Now, gross profit transferred to PL credit side, and on the debit side we write different expenditure. And in the credit side we write by discount received, interest received, income on investment, profit on sale of fixed asset. Now, ultimately the net profit occur. Net profit you debit PL account and credit to proprietor's capital account, because initially I am spelling this with proprietorship company or proprietorship business. In case of partnership, we write profit loss account debit, profit loss appropriation credit, because that net profit which derived out of the business has to be distributed between the partner or apportioned between the partner. In case of company also, same thing to be apportioned between the shareholder of the company. That will come later on. Now let's see certain adjustment. This is trading account. Credit side, here is debit side. You have two opening stock. Certain amount, say 12,000. For example, then to purchase $90,000. Less return you can do if return is there. That is purchase return. I am leaving about this. Then you write to chargeable expenditure. $5,000. Then we write two wages, 18,000, and here we write by sales. Return is not there. Say 2,10,000. Now 12,000 plus 90, 1,02,000. 1,02,000 plus 18, 1,20,000, 1,25,000. Now 1,25,000 is your direct expenditure and charges. Now 2,10,000 is your sales. Now 90, this is 30, 120 plus 5, 125. 125 if you deduct from here, 85,000 is your gross profit. So you must write to gross profit carried down and transferred to profit loss account 85,000. But remember, after trial balance you are given the closing stock. Closing stock you are given 10,000. So closing stock means out of either opening stock and purchase that closing stock there. So we write by closing stock. $10,000. So here 2,20,000 becomes 220. 220 minus 125, which becomes 95,000. So 85,000 is now 95,000 because of what? Because of closing stock. So this closing stock never appear into your trial balance. This is given into your adjustment side. So this become 95,000 because when you consider the closing stock which remain unsold on the last date. Now journal entry closing stock debit, trading account credit. Now this closing stock having debit balance after adjustment entry we pass should appear on the balance sheet liability asset side under the head current asset. This is the thing. Now, apart from closing stock, we might have other adjustment. Like I can say by advertisement, $5,000, by stationery, 3,000, by drawing account, 2,000. Now in the business, proprietor and business separated. So if proprietor out of purchase or opening stock 2,000 worth of stock taken home for personal use. So generally it should be drawing account debit after trial balance prepared. Drawing account debit, purchase account credit, but purchase we have closed, so trading account credit. All of the purchase you debited there, so now crediting trading by 2,000. So your drawing, proprietor's drawing now should have increased by 2,000. So while adjusting or closing drawing into the capital account after crediting the net profit of the proprietor into the capital account. In the capital account, whatever opening capital, then net profit. So capital will increase, then debit the capital account because of the drawing. So journal entry is capital debit, trading credit. Instead, we first write drawing debit, trading credit, then drawing credit, capital debit. You have to understand. Now, this drawing is the drawing of the stock, either from the purchase of the stock, opening stock, which proprietor has utilized of his own. Now, by stationery 3,000 means out of this 90,000 or 12,000, available good was 1,02,000. But stationery 3,000, the stock they are dealing for selling. Also 3,000, they have worth of goods they have taken from either of these two, and they have utilized for the office purpose, office stationery purpose. So trading account credit, profit loss account debit. It should be profit loss should have been. So we write to stationery account 3,000. That is this 3,000. By advertising, some of the stock you have distributed to your customer as a free sample, like pen distributed. If you are the stationaries like selling pen, pencil, ink, and then papers, some of the stock you distributed to your customer as free 3,000. So advertising, that become your advertising, crediting the trading account and debiting 5,000 PL account. So two advertising. Similarly, if you have in your trial balance drawing account already appearing, drawing account must have a debit balance, say 2 balance as per the trial balance, brought down, say 7,000. So by drawing 2,000, here 2 trading account, 2,000. So in the end, this is 9,000, we write 9,000 by capital account. That is closing drawing account to capital by 9,000. Your capital will reduce by 9,000 ultimately because of this drawing. So these are the possibly adjustment might come. Apart from this, there could have been Like wages includes 5,000 paid for installation of machinery. So if you have machinery account already to balance as per the trial balance 50,000 is there, and you paid the wages altogether 18,000, but 5,000 for here, so less here machinery wages, machinery installation wages 5,000, so that become 13,000. This 18,000 become 13,000. You have to understand. That become 13,000. So gross profit again reduced by 5,000. It's become 4,000. Whatever. Like 2 lakh 10, 2 lakh 20, 2 lakh 30, 2 lakh 30 say. 2 lakh 30 say. Minus 12 and 13, 25. So 2 lakh 5 minus 5, 2 lakhs minus 10, 110. So 1 lakh gross profit is 1 lakh 10,000. You have to understand. So that gross profit by GP brought down. By gross profit brought down 1 lakh 10,000. You have to understand all these things. Like apart from closing stock, stock used for the free sample, stock used for the stationery, stock used for the personal drawing, wages include the machinery installation. So journal entry is 2 wages 5,000. That means machinery account debit to wages account. So machinery cost become 5,000. That is the cost concept. Machinery actual purchase cost is 50,000, but wages also you paid for installation 5,000, so it become 55,000. So by balance brought down, by balance carried down. This 50,000 minus nothing, so 50,000, 55,000 is the balance. Now you have to charge depreciation on this 55,000, not 50,000. That is to be understood. Now that leaving apart trading account portions, I will speak up more for profit loss account as well for the balance sheet. But it is already late, I think 1 o'clock at night. So let me come tomorrow. I'll explain the profit loss account as well as the balance sheet, the remaining adjustment. Okay students, I'll give you some screenshot which I have not provided today. As per yesterday I said you, tomorrow or say today only in the morning I'll provide you certain screenshot. If you want to learn final account very nicely, you must go through. And if you have any query like any adjustment you want to know more precisely or more perfectly, you can put a comment so that I will try to help you. Thank you. Good night.